Ladies and gentlemen, good Sunday morning and welcome to another edition of the Toxic Happy Hour, where we are toxic towards scams that delay the adoption of global sound money. Today, we have an episode that I'm extremely excited about because these guys are my friends, and they refer to themselves as plebes, and they're all like, "Oh, I downloaded this meme app like 8 months ago, and I just started messing around." I could see from the beginning that these guys are some of the most genius, hilarious, sick. Oh well, Greg is not on the stream right now. That was referring to Greg, and really influential streamers that are just cracking my life up on a daily basis. I'm honored and proud to call them my friends. I can't wait to see hopefully many of them in Miami, June 4 and 5 for Bitcoin 2021. And so welcome to the guys that kicked off the entire laser eye movement that took all the way up to Elon Musk and several senators in the United States. Unbelievable. I think we lost Chairforce. I wanted to get Pubby. Look, this is going to be awesome. We lost. Yep. I don't see Chairforce right now. There he is. I'm going to bring him in right now. He's back. Chairforce, I don't know if you heard the introduction, but dude, you are creating the coolest freaking thumbnails in my opinion in the Bitcoin space. You're the guy behind it. You also happen to be, I know you don't want any credit, I know. So I'll buy you beers instead, but also you came up with the idea for the laser eyes, and now I got to say what I wanted to say for the stream almost. So I want to hand it over to you, meme lords. Chairforce, why don't you go first? What happened? Where did it come from, this laser eye? You may be muted, Chairforce. Your connection is bad.
Well, you don't want to introduce us all first and ask what we're drinking? I'll run the show. That's how we're supposed to do,
man.
Right?
I'm sorry, I'm all serious and everything. I'm just like blown away and a little bit nervous to be together with these A-lister meme-tards. So Chairforce, what are you drinking?
Oh, so you can hear me, huh? So
now we can.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So what I'll be drinking today is I already had some coffee. I was already hydrated, so I'll be drinking some eggs.
All right. Yellow, welcome to the official shit show of Bitcoin Twitter. What are you drinking today?
Rum and Coke.
Nice. RD, sir, you legendary meme. What are you drinking today?
I've come unprepared. I'm empty.
No bueno. Pedro, my man, what are you drinking today? And Pedro is not drinking anything today. On to Plan Marcus, what are you drinking today?
I feel hungover, but all I'm doing is drinking water.
All right, I got you. And before we move further on, because you just said that, Plan Marcus, I have to admit that I woke up feeling hungover, even though I didn't have anything yesterday. So I am taking revenge on my body and giving it a reason to cry instead of just crying for no reason. So I'm having my coffee and I'm having my bourbon, and we're getting off to a warm morning. Microchat, what are you drinking today, sir?
What up, guys? I'm on the Beavertown Gamma Ray American Pale Ale.
Very nice.
Nice.
Team
Very nice.
Nice and chilled.
Yeah.
Getting relaxed after a busy weekend.
Yeah, busy weekend, a lot of price action. Pedro, can you say anything? Can you unmute yourself? Can you give us a word? All right, Pedro is here to stalk the show. He's just here to watch what everyone's doing. Pubby, Pubby is actually the brain, in my opinion, behind pulling all these amazing, genius, hilarious memers together. Pubby, for that, I really appreciate it and thank you. What are you drinking today?
Yeah, so I'm closing out my West Africa tour, and as I've mentioned on previous shows, the nice thing is the French may have left, but they still bring a lot of their wine in here. So before I leave, I got to finish my little inventory. I got some Bordeaux's. I'm finishing up here. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, I'll tell you what, man, it's been a great year. I think in the meme community, it's really taken off. When you think back to when people started, you had a couple of basic stock memes, Bitcoin number go up. So you had the roller coaster meme. There wasn't much, but starting this spring and early summer, it's really taken off. And like I say, this little group here started. You really sort of follow each other. You make you get into DMs and you sort of inspire each other to greater heights and memes. And look at us now, man. With Chairforce, Greg Zodge, everyone here, to come up with these memes that literally, you want to talk about. I just told you a second ago, we just crossed over 58,000. You want to talk about something that makes the price change? Memers run this show, man. So I'm proud to know every one of you as friends, man. Honestly, and hell, 2021 is going to be crazy.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Yes, we got. I think we have Pedro, aka Pedro Alpha, back. Pedro, what are you drinking today?
I'm drinking a michelada because I'm half Mexican. A spicy one.
Nice. All right, so that was a quick hi to everyone and what you guys are drinking. Now I want to go on to the amazing laser eye movement that I woke up to, I think, a couple of days ago, and then everyone's wearing laser eyes and asking me, like, do you want laser eyes? I'm like, yeah, I'm down with it. What's the story? Chairforce, why don't you tell us what happened?
All right. Well, quick heads up too. For some reason, I cannot. Pedro, RD, and I think somebody else. But yeah, you guys can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, just like any good idea, it actually happened by accident. So us memers, we joke around on each other. You guys may have saw Greg's recent tweet about how Pomplianos are made. So how that happened is Greg posted a picture, I altered it, he altered it again, I altered it a third time, and stuff just snowballs and escalates like that. We build off each other and stuff. Yeah. Well, Pedro, he needed some laser eyes done on a kangaroo on a meme he was working on. So I was like, all right. I hooked him up with some laser eyes, some templates or whatever. Very basic stuff. Threw the laser eyes on that, and then just out of sheer boredom, and as people who follow me and know who me, I love to photo edit a lot. I do the thumbnails for Toxic Happy Hour, the one that you saw on the show right now and such. So video editing, or not video, photo editing is kind of like, a good hobby of mine. So out of the boredom, I put laser eyes on all the boys. And then I posted it in the chat. We liked it. I thought it looked cool. So I put the idea of a campaign. Like, let's get all of Bitcoin Twitter on this. That's when the laser eyes, or the laser ray to 100K, because it rhymes. That's when that came about. And we waited for the start point of 50K, which Greg is not here to defend himself, so I'm going to say it. He prematurely posted before he was supposed to. And then, the meme team, we rolled with it.
Yeah, great to hear how it actually started unfolded, because honestly, I mean, in my opinion, I can proudly say this because I've not been part of it, so I can give you guys the credit that you deserve. I mean, it really is, you know, that's a piece of history in Bitcoin coming in, taking over as money of the world, pushing out dirty fiat and other shit coins, and a piece of that travel was taking Bitcoin from 50,000 to 100,000, and you guys all created a movement and a lot of excitement and fun around that, and I can't thank you guys enough. RD, you another guy that actually has a camera on, because the rest are such big deals, of course, that they're anonymous. So, RD, how was your perspective on the development of Laser Eyes?
Something you just said there about, you know, the fun, bringing a bit of fun. I feel like us guys just have fun all the time, so it kind of felt like we just spread that fun to everyone on Bitcoin Twitter. That's how it felt to me. So yeah, it was awesome, just awesome.
And let me say that for those who don't know it, that RD is the memer that is on like front name with Michael Saylor, Max Kaiser, and all those guys. Like he's team A-list like the rest of these lads. Pubby, why don't we bring you back in? You always have a good perspective on things.
No, you know, it's interesting. Someone had put out a tweet the other day about the lingo in Bitcoin Twitter. And you know, one of the things I said, you know, the great thing here is our language, our memes. And I think it's so fitting. You know, it was once said that America was the first country argued into existence. You know, with the printing press, it was about logic, French thinkers, this new idea of a republic and democracy. We are literally going to meme Bitcoin. We're going to meme Bitcoin into the world, and we're going to point out the fallacy of fiat currency. We are going to show the world exactly how crazy the things are. So, like I said, man, all these guys that we get to hang out with, you and I, and interact with on a daily basis, simply geniuses. And I'm truly proud to know them, man. Like I say, it turns into it's a second family. Artie can attest to this, man. You spend sometimes more time with your second family than your own family, but it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey, how do I type in the chat on the screen?
So if you want to chat, chat with the people on YouTube, we have, you know, as you all know, the amazing chat, because most of you meme lords are normally in the chat.
Yeah,
The chat is
we
dead
have
tonight. It's dead tonight, isn't it? It's absolutely dead. The chat.
Hey, if you're not talking, go ahead and take the piss out of us in the chat, man. Get in there.
I prefer hanging out in the chat actually, but I don't know how to do it from this screen from the restream screen.
No, I bring up a separate chat. Separate either phone or laptop with the YouTube channel on. I just go straight to YouTube on that one.
They've got separate keys in the Restream account, not your keys, not your chat, man. We can't mix the in there.
Pero, now that we have you on the mic, why don't you tell us your perspective of how this unfolded with the Laser Eyes, and you're part of it.
It's too busy in the chat now.
Again.
Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear
Why
you
don't
now,
you give us your perspective on the Laser Eyes?
So like from my perspective, this sort of started because I'm the worst memer of the group, and I needed some help from Chairforce with putting some laser eyes on my stupid kangaroo, which got 97 likes, by the way, so it wasn't as shitty as everybody was saying it was.
Yeah.
And then Chairforce, being the psychopath that he is, just starts posting a bunch of pictures in the chat group that we hang out on sometimes, and that part was hilarious because he put a picture of RD with some googly eyes, and we were all cracking up. And then he's, you know, like the psychopath that he is, he starts thinking of stuff to do like he always does, and he's like, let's do after we hit 50K, let's do laser eyes till 100K. And
laser rate till 100K.
Right, laser rate until 100K, and he was mad because we were all fucking up that too. So, so we all said yes because it's not like we were gonna say no, and then it blew up. You know, who knew it was gonna blow up?
But we were sitting on it for a week or so, right? Waiting for 50K to come up.
Yeah, we were, and in the meantime, he was putting memes together and stuff. Yeah.
So we have as you guys all know, because you're usually there in the chat, we have the best chat in the space. I can probably say so because I highly participate, so I can give the credit to others. As MG Smith is calling out, actually a lot of people calling out in the chat, that Pedro has a sexy voice, almost as sexy as Puppy's. Pedro, are you just this naturally talented on your voice, or you have like a $1,000 mic, or what's going on?
Yeah, so I've done podcasts before from, something outside of Bitcoin. So I do have a podcast set up.
Friendsonly.com, something like that. Marcus.
OnlyFans, Anders, where you source
whatever.
your hookers.
I don't know it. Plan Marcus. I want to bring Plan Marcus in. I remember when you had a few hundred followers, then you threw Bert and Ernie for me and Puppy, Danish and Puppy, and I thought that was pretty hilarious. And so you've been around. You do great stuff. I especially like when you do some video stuff and video memes with the sound pumping, and you get excited about the price action. Why don't you tell us, Plan Marcus, which is actually Suck Puppet account for Plan B, and right now the voice is distorted, so it doesn't sound like Plan B. But Plan Marcus, tell us what was your angle on this?
Yeah, guys. First of all, thank you so much for having me on, man. It's awesome to be here, and well, I'm half Dutch, so here and there, just like Anders, I'm like, well, actually not as bad as Anders, worse than Anders. I'm looking for some words here and there, but yeah, no, you're right, man. I've been following. I've been in Bitcoin since 2017. I always hear Pubby talking about, I bought in 2017, rode all the way down. I mean, but anyway, pretty similar. And it was only like at some point I was like, you know what, I need to get like a private Twitter account to dive more into the Bitcoin Twitter scene. And I was following a couple of people, I saw Pubby's memes. They showed up pretty quickly, and RD's, of course, and I was like, okay, I need to get a little meme app going too, because I was feeling these jokes, and I was like, I could make a couple of these. So I think it was Pubby who connected me to RD, because I wanted to know how to track the heads in the video memes, So RD pointed me to the app, and since then I got creative, and from one thing to the next, I had like 50 followers. And I think that Keith McCollum meme, I'm not sure if people know it, but that was cool. And it's been amazing, man. Memes are great. I never thought a meme. I always, just by doing it, you start to appreciate the power of the meme. It's brought a lot. And if I look at this laser ray until 100K, you can really reach people. It's just so condensed bandwidth information. It's awesome. I can't believe what's going on, and how this thing exploded. Seeing everybody on Twitter with the laser rays to Elon Musk, and one Bitcoiner firing up the laser rays to the other Bitcoiner. It's the Bitcoin crowd that really accelerated the thing and got it to Cynthia Loomis and all over the place. It's we were cracking up in the chat room, man. Like, look at this. It was awesome. Love these guys. Love to be with you guys, man. It's awesome. I'll leave it there.
Cool. Puppy, I definitely want to bring you more in, but first I want to hear also from Yellow, which I believe is our last meme lord here that haven't spoken on the how you experienced it at Yellow, what happened with the laser eyes, what was your involvement, and how did you see it unfold?
As you said it last. So I came to the group chat the last. The guys already planned about the whole campaign, I guess, and I just helped on my DMs and in the threads, making a little some lasers for the plebs around. It was amazing. I don't know. I haven't seen anything like it, and I'm extremely happy to be part of it.
And so, but when did you see the lace eyes first, and what happened there for you?
I think I saw RD Avi changing, and then 2 days later, I logged in Twitter, and it's all over basically on Twitter. And then, yeah, because we're doing something in the same time with RD and Craig, the guys got me in, and then I started helping too.
All right. Yeah, it's all happening organically, as Chairforce said early on. Unfortunately, we don't have Chairforce anymore, but it starts with an idea, then it spreads. Probably before I want to, and there we have Chairforce back. Great to have a guy with a camera on here. Micro chat. Tell us from your perspective, how did you see, when did you see the lace eyes first? What was your participation? How did you see it unfold?
Well, I mean, man, just first of all to say that we hit $1 trillion this week, but we're here talking about the meme.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's been pretty surreal, actually, seeing it all unfold, you know, because we knew we were going to do it, and we sat on it for a while. Greggy blasted it out. I saw it when I woke up in the morning. RD and Pero had put it out there as well. So it's like, right, it's happening. And then just watching it unfold as everybody, you know, gradually, like one of the boys was saying, we were all sort of helping out and sticking lasers on everyone. Everybody else was doing the same, and it just totally grew organically like that. And then you just see these scalps that we're taking, scalp after scalp. You know, we get to Congressman, Senator, we got to Elon, you know, the richest dude on the planet, stuck lasers in his eyes, right, for the day. That got on CNBC. It was featured in Slate, Forbes magazine, Newsweek. You know, RD gets a mention. American Hoddle gets a mention because he obviously reached out to Cynthia Loomis. Greg gets a mention. Chairforce gets a mention. You know, it's just like amazing to see the power that we have now, right?
Don't forget,
we are the mainstream narrative now. But it's, you know, it just shows what an unstoppable force the Bitcoin community is and how powerful memes can be. You know, we reached pretty fucking high levels here. And a lot of people were talking about it. You know, the adoption was massive. It's crazy to think how, you know, this adoption happened so quickly, and it's the kind of you know, campaign success. I'm not trying to, like, in any way talk up ourselves here, but you know, you think about how people like Jack Mallers have gone, do you know what? I get calls from ad agencies all the time, marketers, suits. I don't want to know about it. I want to do memes. I want to do marketing my way, and that's memes, right? So they hire Yellow and RD and Greggy because the power is clearly recognizable and got proved out this week. So it's just been mad seeing that all unfold.
Poppy, why don't we have, we haven't heard from you for about an hour, 45 minutes. I know it's because we have a lot of brilliant minds on here. I love the fact that we see your eyes only, because this is about the laser eyes.
Well, let me know. Hey, it's hard. I told you the video goes off kilter every time we add more folks in there. Listen, I'll just add on to that. And that's why I love Jack Mallers. You know, of course, we'll get him on the show at some point. And this is what he sees, and this is what Michael Saylor saw when he talks about the cyber hornets. Jack knows we do this because it's a passion. It's a passion. No one wants money. You're never going to defeat an army that will fight without being paid. Well, guess what? This is the army in the world right now that will fight without being paid. Everything we do, I know a lot of these guys too, man. It's in your spare time. Your spare time, because you understand what Bitcoin represents. You love it. It's your life. You think about it, constantly. I mean, not a minute goes by you're not thinking about an aspect of it. So yeah, absolutely. You know, the memers in Bitcoin right now are starting to run the world, and I love to see it.
Amen. It's amazing, and again, I just want to say, like I said in the beginning, I know new people have joined this stream, that I'm just honored and excited to call you guys my friends, because you've been killing me, cracking me up, and make me like laugh out loud. Standing at some sport event, everyone's quiet. I'm looking at my phone on Bitcoin Twitter, and you guys just like make me laugh out of nowhere, and people are looking at me like I'm some kind of weirdo. But you guys entertain, man. I am entertained.
Well, you are some kind of weirdo, Anders.
Yeah. Hey, what's funny? And they say iron sharpens iron, but it's cool when you get memers in a small community. And I mean this because, man, you not only talk to each other on the side, but you see someone come up with something. You have to inspire yourself to come up with something better. And so it's with that group, man, collectively, you make the entire group, and individually, you make each other better. And I love that. Absolutely love that.
Chairforce, I'm not going to ask you an intelligent question here. I'm just going to ask you what's on your mind hanging out with these great, creative, brilliant minds, where you guys can create this sort of not only hilarious but influential movements. I mean, for me, it's been like such a excitement and pleasure to watch it go from like that one seed and just explode.
See, Labra's in the chat right now.
Yeah. We have Labra
Jesus.
now in the chat. Labra, I know you weren't watching earlier because you're too good to be part of this, of course. But I did shout out to you because Labra is one of the solid memesters here, and has been part of this. He makes hilarious memes.
Anders, I just got off the phone with Labra. He was late because he was creating a new Twitter account.
So
he's at Labra Huddle 24.
Can't keep it down.
So somebody explain that. Who hasn't spoken for a while? Like we used to doing this like with one guest, like maximum 2 guests.
I know.
So who hasn't spoken for a while? RD, what's you're quite the meme lord yourself. What's your assessment of Labra and his memeing? What's the genre he moves in, and his creative skills?
Porn memes. Porn memes. That is Labra through and through. And I'm just so glad that Michael's following him now.
Temporarily.
That's right.
Temporarily.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yellow, you're aware
Labra
of
69.
Yellow. You're aware of Labra. Let's have a quick word from you on Labra.
His Avi always makes me laugh. Like I think it's one of the best Avis ever. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you, Chairforce.
Yeah. To give a few words there on Labra, I think one of his trademarks, I mean, not only does he do these hilarious porn memes, but he also has the trademark of always misspelling. It's pretty hilarious.
Hey.
Pubby, why don't you take over a little bit here and
Hold on,
and run the show?
I can share why Labra keeps getting suspended. I'm going to call him out publicly. Yeah, we can hear you, Chairforce.
Yeah, we can hear you.
You can't hear us. Somebody tell Chairforce that he's the one that can't hear us.
Yeah, the memer of the year can't figure out audio right now. We'll get it sorted.
So anyways, Labra keeps getting suspended because he keeps every time a shitcoiner posts anything on Twitter, Labra goes at him hard, and he goes too far, and that's what always ends up getting.
What a shit show app you guys got here. Oh, so to answer the earlier question, I'm gonna get emotional.
Chairforce.
he's choked up. He's so emotional. He's getting choked up.
We can hear you, Chairforce. Tell Chairforce we can hear him.
People keep
DM him.
talking. This restream is bullshit. No, so what I've been trying to say is to the earlier is I have reached my moon. Group of memers is my moon. As someone mentioned earlier, that we're just always laughing, we're always smiling, we're loving life, we're having a good time. You know, if the price goes down, the price goes up. It doesn't matter. We're hanging out, we're being boys, we're talking shit. You know, within our chat, so many memes that the rest of Twitter will never see of us clowning on each other. Like I have the memes. We have our Anders memes. Yeah, with the pink scarf and the axe, and some people in the chat might know what I'm talking about. You know, we got Pubby sleeping memes. You know, and then of course the latest meme is within our community is fuck Greg. So yeah, I love Greg. He's my hetero life partner. I hope to spoon with him one day. But you know, we're like Jay and Silent Bob, except for he would be Silent Bob, but he never shuts the fuck. But anyways, yeah, Greg is my hetero life partner. But what I love the most is how we all found each other. So I'll set it in the chat that with RD there or not, but he's a network champion. So he found me early on when I had like 200 followers. He
RD's
grabbed me into a Instagram group, and Instagram's just a second to me. I have fun on Twitter, but if you're making a meme, why not just blast it on Instagram too? So I just post it and forget about it. But he grabbed me for a community there, and then Greg and Labra became my best friends, like on Twitter. And then the networks collided. We found Pubby. They brought me into the Toxic Happy Hour crew. So yeah, I found my moon. I got friends for life. Love it.
You know what's funny? I just want to jump in. What was funny is, when I met Anders through a show, we talked Bitcoin for 2 years. Decided to do a show, but it was so I just have my own style of the guys that make memes, or the girls that are out there making memes, the ones that make me laugh or make me think. I just made a side note. I had this list going. I had this list and I put it together, and we just started this little chat room, and it's amazing to me that the ones I made a list on are so successful. You guys really are, living up to what I thought. Well, if it made me laugh, that's all I wanted. At the time, these guys are brilliant. But man, to see it go mainstream, man, congrats to all of you. Especially, you guys working now with Jack Ballers. This guy is changing the world. Changing the world with Strike. And I think it's fantastic. Absolutely.
Absolutely. I would like to hear back from Pedro the Alpha, Pedro, before Chairforce interrupted him with his warm feelings for especially Greggy. Pedro, we want to hear your voice. You have the best voice.
Yep. Can I'm jumping in one more time because Pedro, look, we're the group that goes into the bar, okay? And Pedro's like the alpha dog of audio right now. So we just tell him, hey, you go talk to the hottest chick there, and we'll feed off of her friends. So, Pero, thank you for bringing some quality audio to the show. Your turn.
The panty dropper of audio.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask me, Anders?
See, you were interrupted, and it's so long ago because then other people grabbed the word. And I gotta be honest with you, the question doesn't matter. The audience demand to hear your smooth, deep, macho voice.
That's all fun and games, but I can't get out of the chat. So Sean Stacken wrote that his dick wiggled.
Sean Stacken, man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think everybody had a small role to play in this whole thing. The reason why you bothered to actually invite us on a call, Anders. Thanks. um, the everybody had like a role to play. Chairforce coming up with the idea, me being.
Oh, we lost Pedro.
Oh, can you guys hear me?
Pedro's there. Pedro's there.
Yeah.
Apparently, his audio needs a terabyte of RAM to work so nicely.
But talking on, Pedro, please go ahead.
No, RD networking like a boss, Greg networking like a boss. They were the ones making the laser eyes for all of the bigger accounts while, I was working on some of the plebs. And like, I wanted to ask everybody who like their favorite person that actually took their laser eyes were. Like in my case, I got Pierre Rashad to take lasers. I was super stoked about that. I got a bunch of plebs, but like RD, like if you had to pick one, who was your favorite one?
I did so many, I can't remember now. Oh man, I was a bit gutted Michael Saylor didn't take mine. I don't know. I'll be honest. Actually, I loved For All the Plebs. That was like, I was getting kicks out of that. I loved doing that. So
you were crushing that
most
too.
of the big accounts, most of the big accounts didn't take them like straight away. There's quite a wait before they actually took them. Yeah, I think Michael Saylor doing it was the breaking point for all the bigger accounts. But I loved doing it for all the plebs because they were all over it. They loved it, and it was awesome. Yeah, and I'm a pleb as well, so I was mixing it with them.
Hey, I'll jump into this one. Real quick, just and I'll answer that question later. Not that I have a lot, but RD sent me my own eyes, man. So what you see is fucking from RD, and that to me, man, there's no higher honor. So thanks RD for that one.
No problem, Pubby.
Mine was Mahatma Gandhi. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then
you win.
Laser rays until 100k.
That was the one.
And then you win.
That was the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seeing Cynthia Loomis, the official Congress bot that tracks avatar changes, seeing her take the lasers for the first time was one thing, but then seeing that avatar change from one set of lasers to another was peak laser orgasm.
That was my favorite.
Hal.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That was you, RD, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Satoshi was. Hal was really thankful for that. Yeah.
Yeah. But, Poppy, do you want to? You are a memer yourself, and really one of the best. Like you guys are all blowing my mind on a daily basis. You better understand what's going on here, and maybe you can ask a few questions.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Obviously, you guys know my technical skills are shit. But what I find most fascinating about a meme is like I had one with a penguin yesterday. Just one penguin smacks one into the water, and all I got to do is do a text of Bitcoin and fiat, and it smacks one down. And there's some brilliant ones. Sven Storfiori comes to mind. The graphics are amazing as well as the wit. To me, a meme is always about the intelligence behind it. It's built up if you have the technical skills to add to it. Because I tell you what, man, I've got a history of memes I wish I could have done. I just didn't have the technical skills. I can find old movie clips and I'll come up with the text to it. So what's your process? The process is different, I think, for everyone. What's the process for you coming up with a meme? Is it the idea? Is it the video? Is it some part of both? What's the process you go through to come up with a meme? I'm just curious from everyone in here how they started like that.
Ask you gotta call out a specific person, Puppy. Step it
Okay,
up.
well,
Out a meme.
hey, we'll start with Pleb Marcus on this.
Sorry, what was the question?
Motherfucker, just like our chat. Yeah.
I'm in the chat, man. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll
Type your
go.
questions
Hey,
in
let's
the
go
chat,
back.
Pubby.
Hey, we'll go to RD on this one. Come on, RD, show us.
Repeat the question, man.
I heard the question.
Okay.
Right. Mine just literally just burst out of my head. Like it can be any time, be 4 o'clock in the morning, and I wake, like, I'm quite often awake in the night. I think it's a meme thing, but an idea, it just pops in my head, and then I have to do it straight away, because if I don't, I forget it. So I've literally got to do it, and it's quite often I might be listening to a podcast or just seeing another tweet, and it'll then make me think of a meme to do and stuff like that. So yeah, they just burst into my head, and then that's how it goes. And it goes in like phases. You might have noticed with me, some days, like, I might only post one meme a day or something, and then other days, like, they're just exploding out of my brain, like, every 2 minutes. Yeah. So, and I always say to people, I've got hundreds and hundreds of memes on my phone that I've never used. Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong here, RD, and the other memers can jump in on this. Man, the great thing about not only internet but the software and the meme is how much intelligence that could have been for the last 50 years in either movies, any sense of creativity that's now sort of decentralized, that we can do this. I'm just in awe that people that now are getting praise in previous lives never would have been there. So I find that fantastic, for one. But you're right. The other thing I found out was, man, one day you've got 5 to 10 ideas that are actually brilliant that you can send out there. And you put them all together, and then all of a sudden, for 15 days, you've got nothing, and you feel like an abject failure. I never understood it.
Yeah. I was going to say something there. I completely forgot it, because I saw Labra's message there. It distracted me.
He's taking the piss out of your... I wake up, mate, and have a cup of tea, mate. Then make the meme get 100,000 likes. Just another day sitting at my phone.
That is RD right now. Hey, listen, Lapra, if you have time to, like, tweet every 28 seconds in the chat, you have the link to join the stream. Why don't you join the show here? We miss you, Lapra. And somebody call Greggy and get him on the show as well.
Yeah.
We miss both of you. Lapra, get in here, you dog. Plan
Somebody's
Marcus.
someone's got their speakers on.
Yeah,
Anders,
what is this, man?
Okay, we can rule out who has the speaker on, like, by elimination or whatever it's called. It's definitely not Piro. The guy is a podcast professional, as we can all hear from his speaker. But Plan Marcus. So I don't remember Puppy's question either. But if there's something you just want to interject, some thoughts you want to share, we would like to hear from you.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's I was there in the chat, but as I heard RD answering the question, I do remember his question. So I completely recognize that, and I think we all bring something else to the table as well, So that's what I love about this group. We all got our own little way of approaching memes, and probably we have different ways of working. The one is better with video, the other one is better, with just the fast, funny, some of these guys, like I admire them at the speed at which, like, RD and Greg and Pubby and Labra can just, like, produce memes, it's incredible, man. And I'm more of a, like I like to work with a music track. I like to work with a video app, and I'll start with a track with music, and then it'll give me this idea. I'll either see like Raoul Paul's face just pop up on like a line in the text, or Keith McCullough. I love to trip a little bit, or like Michael Saylor. Just being Giga Chad. Those kind of images, they come to mind, and then you start looking for the material you can add to it. And I like to combine the imagery with the video, and if it gets me pumped, then I'm just happy to put it out there, and I don't really care. And sometimes it's you put out a meme and you're thinking, oh, this one is gonna just like break the internet, right? And then it's like it'll get like 5 likes, and you're like, okay, somebody give me a push, And then there's other times you make this meme, like this guy. I was in Clubhouse, and they were talking about, somebody should meme the guy dancing on the hill who's there dancing by himself, So I quickly jump in YouTube to look for that guy. I just add in the 3 first companies that jumped in, so it was done in 30 seconds, 1 minute. But that meme just blew up, So it's you can never really predict it, and it's just awesome.
Let me jump in on this one, because anyone that has ever tried to meme has experienced this phenomenon. So, for example, I can take hours finding an obscure video clip. Like one of the last ones I did is from a film called Life is Beautiful. You have a German officer giving orders, an Italian guy misrepresenting them in another language, and I gotta come up with I'm trying to come up with a meme to tie it into Bitcoin. So I got German, I got Italian, I got English, and I spent hours on that. So I sent it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it had some great reception. And then later on, I did one where I put the one meme that I think Elon Musk had put out, the monk with the hot girl bent over the bed, and I put laser eyes on her ass, and that fucker gets 1,000 likes. So one is like 3 hours of work, study, history.
Okay, now I'm pretty sure it's Micro Chad with the echo.
Hey, Micro Chad, turn off your stuff. But you see my point. The ones that you think are nothing turn out to be the most liked. But that's not the quality meme I'm looking for.
You never know what you have until Twitter decides, right? I mean, it's the ultimate judgment.
Twitter decides, man. Twitter decides. Yep.
Well, it's like some blocks can take 30 minutes to mine, others can be found in 30 seconds, right? You never know when.
That's true.
That's what she said. See, we have Labra.
There he is.
I'm just joined to say fuck you guys.
Labra.
Labra,
sorry.
From the dead.
Hey, Labra, explain to us how the whole your focus on porn memes started. Explain the process. What goes through your mind?
So it all started because of you guys from the Toxic Happy Hour with Gigi, and he had a special request of porn memes. So of course I had a folder specific for that ready, and yeah, they just went out.
But how come you're so natural at that?
I don't know, man. It's
A lot of research.
it's something that is
goes
just
into
inside all of us.
Well, by folder is he stole all his father's Playboy magazines and scanned them in individually. So yeah, if you want to see 1986 centerfold of the month in October, talk to Labra. He'll hook you up.
I got those. Yeah.
I actually have the
those
story
are
of
scarce.
how Labra got all his templates. He lives next to the woods. He visits there sometimes, and he randomly finds Playboy magazines.
It's
Well,
a true story.
Anders drops them off there
Think
when he
legit.
jumps the bodies from his hookers.
Dude, this is a public live stream, man.
Oh, I thought we were on a Zoom call.
Okay, it's a Zoom, but it's a public Zoom. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, great joke. Thank you very much. Ha ha ha. Pero, you're quite good at asking questions and taking the temperature here on the stream. I've noticed, and I want to hear from Yellow. We haven't heard from him for a while. Can you do you have anything you want to ask Yellow about, or anything else you want to take away?
I'm super curious for everybody on like their favorite who their favorite lasers that they did for. So yeah, that's my question.
Oh, yeah.
I did all my friends, and I still don't. I can't believe that I didn't get Adam back. I think I had him. I think I had him, but I never did. Yeah, that's the answer.
He never capitulated, right?
Them back too.
Yeah, I was late to the game. You guys can tell me this too. When it comes to meme generator, meme generator, I finally found out. Oh, by God, guess what? They've got laser eyes here. Oh, really? That easy? I mean, I'm googling stuff, but no. So I created a fake account called Satoshi Nakamoto and gave him some eyes. So I think I'm winning.
All of that being said, I want to do a plot twist here. Yellow. So I only met you actually for the first time today, kind of. Are you the guy behind the cat going pop 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 as the chat is saying? That's you?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, Anders, where have you been?
Dude, I've been in the forest digging, man.
Anders has done his research.
Hey, I'm jumping in again. I'm jumping in again because guess what? I'm working to get Parker Lewis on the show, and Andrew says, "Who's Parker Lewis? Is that like Spider-Man?" I said, "No, that's fucking Peter Parker."
Thanks, Puppy. Thanks for ousting me there. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, that means Parker's going to come on the show for sure. He'll be here. Don't worry.
As of the question about the process of miming, for me is all about connections. Like I will see something random in the internet, and I don't know. You just have to make the connections and put the work for me. I mostly do videos, so.
And they're awesome for anybody who hasn't checked out Yellow's work. Anders.
No. Are you kidding? I've seen that cat. I've seen the cat and loved the cat for what 6 months. But as Plan Marcus says, like, you remember the memes, you don't necessarily remember the creator. So give me a break there. Yellow, love your work, love the cat.
I'll tell you, the yellow one is one of my favorites of this year of 2020. Especially the one he did, the one that got turned in for Max Kaiser and Stacy was brilliant. I think that one is great.
Yeah, I love being a part of in the fringes, at least in that podcast.
All right, so enough of all the cartoon stories that you guys are presenting. It's good job. It's great. Should we switch and talk about these memers price action or price expectation, or because everybody loves a little bit of moon juice. I love moon juice. Would it be relevant to just talk about these memers who are, and the reason it's interesting is because all of you guys are smart AF, and I would love to hear your opinion, because I respect it so much, on your expectations for 2021. Are we going to see melting faces, or what are we looking for? So why don't we start with Plan Marcus, because you are the sock puppet account from Plan B. So is 288 still your target, or what are you looking for?
288 still my target. Well, first of all, 288 was never my target, and Plan B has me blocked. He's a little bit thin-skinned, so I know you're watching Plan B. No, I know Pubby loves him, and I love to trip on Plan B for that reason. But Yeah, no, honestly, I just listened to that podcast with Saif and Michael Saylor yesterday, I believe. And I have to say, man, I've been constantly surprised at the speed at which this thing is moving, and I've constantly been having to adjust my outlook upwards. And people calling me a bear, of course, but yeah, Michael Saylor really got me thinking yesterday. I was still looking at the graphs, and you see these clear cycles. But I always have to think of Puppy as well. He said that I think it was a couple of months ago in one of these shows. He was like, "Yeah, it's just going to go straight up from one day to the next. You're going to wake up in the next morning." And if you look at the graph now, man, that's exactly what's going on. It's maybe not one day, but it's just going straight up right now. And yeah, I think that Weimar Germany graph, that's probably what's about to happen. That's what I think. I think escape velocity. People, we had a nice discussion, so I know there's people in here who think differently, but yeah, I don't know, man. I think there will be blow off top, sure, but what defines a bear market? It's one, it's the depth of the bear market, and two, it's the length of the bear market. So how much time? And I think this time it will have a completely different look to it. So it won't be a third cycle as how we've seen the previous cycles go on. I think we're going to go up way faster than before. So price target, there is no top, man. We're going to keep going up. So it's 10, 15 million, and then it will be 20% a year or something.
Well, just to clarify then, Plan Marcus, you're calling escape velocity this cycle. Is that what I'm hearing?
Thank you.
Correct.
Brother.
Yeah. So in 2021, we're going to keep going up. In 2022, we're going to keep going up. 2023, same thing.
Going up.
We're going up.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's
it's too easy. It's too easy otherwise. It's going up. All right. Up there.
It's very cute, Plan Marcus, and I'm actually on your team. Love your input here. But when you're saying going straight up, that's what I mean by it's all cute. Like, what are we looking at? Like, how steep? Which USD price would you?
Good point. So this year, I'm thinking, we're going to reach 100K by April, May. Throughout the summer, I'm not sure what's going to happen, but by December, we're probably going to be beyond 400K to like 1 million, somewhere in that range.
Yep.
I have no idea. And then, but what I'm saying is, it's not. I don't think it's going to be a blow off top. We might get corrections of like 30, maybe even 40%, but they'll be short, and we'll recover quick. Yeah.
So just quickly, I couldn't agree more, Puppy. So let's hear what you. I agree with Plan Marcus. We're going straight up. There will be slaps in the face, as I call it. There will be some of those corrections to scare people. They may do 40% down. They may do 50%. Don't say we won't have any slaps, because we just did 31, 32% down in January. Puppy, what's your expectations?
Listen, we're at a point right now, and that was a cool thing with Mark. I can't pronounce his last name. Maybe Yuska, but they were talking about, and what he said to him. When you're talking about some kind of pullback, what pullback, man? They are trying. Wall Street is trying to work around regulations to buy Bitcoin right now. Okay, they have no idea. Well, they have an idea. They don't know how to approach it. But let me tell you, going forward, it's over. Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, they have laid the groundwork for corporations to come in and at least put it on the balance sheet. And guess what? March 1st, guess who we get to talk to? Mr. Greg Foss, who knows everything about the credit markets. And when he can tell you that there's $200 trillion just in bonds, almost $300 trillion out there waiting for Bitcoin to get a piece of it, we're done, man. It is totally escape velocity. Most people don't want to admit it. I love the fact that, hell, we can be here. We have laser eyes, man. We're going out there. It's game over to me. It's absolutely game over. There's nothing left to do for Bitcoin. You buy what you can, and it pains me, man. It pains me that I remember when you could buy you know, 10 million sats for $300, and now it's quite a bit more. But I think it's fantastic, and yeah, escape velocity.
We're operating
Yes.
in a very different environment now.
I just want to say, Microchat will go to you after Lapra, but Lapra is currently on his Fiat job, and let's take the opportunity that to hear from Lapra since he's here now. Lapra, what are your expectations for the highest USD price this year? And are we going straight up? Is this the final cycle, or are you a little bear cup?
I'm a little bear. I think I will say 2 trillion per sat. So
anything less than infinity can get you blocked and reported on Twitter.
Yeah, I know. All right, guys, gotta go now. Thank you for having me for at least this few minutes. Love you guys and see you.
Labra,
this is proof that I'm not Labra.
Take care, man.
See you, Labra.
Yeah, Lapra, we love you. And by the way, Lapra was the first guest ever on Toxic Happy Hour. We are honored to have you, Lapra. Love you, guy.
Yep. Yeah, so that was my thought. So what do you think, Anders, man? What I'm looking at June, July as that party in Miami is going to be pretty damn good for Bitcoin conference. What do you think?
Dude, honestly, I can't wait till June 4 and 5. We're gonna have a party down there. There's no doubt, and I hope that as many of you guys, my friends here on this stream, will make it there, and we're gonna have a party. I'll buy the first round. I'll say that much. But I think that we'll see 100,000 in March. Just to throw my projections out there. I think this is the last cycle, but I do think that we will get those slaps across the face, because once we go up fast, the percentage of noobs holding Bitcoin increases, and noobs that have not seen corrections before, they panic sell because they came in because number go up. They don't know they bought the future money of the world. When they get slapped in the face, a lot of them become little bears, put the tail behind their or between the legs and run away, which allows a 40-50% slap in the face. But there will be no bear market. I think okay.
Can I jump? I got to jump in here. I got to jump in because the news can go up as quickly as they want. Anders, look at the numbers. The noobs can jump off the train. But what they don't realize is the money coming behind them. This isn't a noob jumping off a new noob. I love that. A new noob to come in, man. Okay, this is a noob jumping off and someone else is like, oh, I'm just picking up some bag. No, man. There is major money that is getting pushed into Bitcoin. These are countries that have to save their reserve currency. These are corporations that are tired. They finally realize that, hey, this guy Michael Saylor maybe he was fucking right. Maybe we are at the M2 rate of 15 to 20%. Okay, so the money that is outflowing is not going to keep up with what's coming in. All right,
it happens. It happens very fast, Puppy, and we did see 31% down or 32 in January, even though we are not at the FOMO peak yet, so you can't rule out that will happen again. That's all I'll say. Microchat, I want to hear your projections on the anatomy of the bull run and what you're expecting to see this year, max price.
All right, let's start at the end. I think we would definitely go into 6 figures soon. And I think we could top 7 by the end of the year.
My man.
So, I agree with Pubby, and I agree with Plan Marcus. We're in a very different environment now to previous cycles. We had 12 glorious years to front run the big money, and it's slow money as well, right? The big institutions have 10-year projections, and it's not like this is a bunch of guys who saw the opportunity or just happened to have Bitcoin from the early days and didn't have much else besides, and suddenly they find themselves with massive amounts of wealth. and needing to cash out or wanting to cash out because it's like a small percentage of their portfolio, if you want to use that legacy term, but there's other things that are playing into this as well, right? So it's not just institutional money, but I don't think anybody foresaw corporates weaponizing their balance sheets like Michael Saylor has championed. That's happening, right? And we've also got Tesla on board. So this has been validated now as something, if there was no doubt about it before with MicroStrategy and Square, Tesla have come along and stuck a big rubber stamp down on this. And that's game on for corporate treasuries. I don't know how much money. It's a lot. The other thing is, so there's going to be other things that we're not envisaging here as well. And one of the things that I learned from Saylor and Safe was the fact that you've now got miners becoming hodlers, right? And raising debt in order to buy Bitcoin, right? So you have Marathon, is it Mara? $ Mara? Raised $200 million, and I think it was 150 that they used to buy Bitcoin. Holy shit! The next 3 million Bitcoin are to a large extent going to be hodled potentially. Yeah. So I think that the days of huge drawdowns are gone, and I agree with Anders in respect to the fact that you're going to have new money that's coming in that will potentially get shaken out. But, the spending power that they have now with the fiat is not what it was. So it's not going to make the same dent that it did in 2017. So I think we're absolutely on. 2021 is Bitcoin's year, right? 21 is the year that this shit takes off. It's kind of almost fate for me, that I think this is just going to be the absolute biggest year that we get escape velocity.
I agree. Before we go to Artie, I don't know if I put the numbers on before, but I absolutely think we could see 7 figures, as you said, microchat by the end of the year. We could see 1 million. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it absolutely is a likelihood. And hyper Bitcoinization and fiat currency collapse. Dollar collapse by the end of 2022 is absolutely on the table. RDBDC, you are a genius memer, so therefore we're interested in your take on price action. And I know that there was some talk in the chat. I can't remember, Swala, I think it was, that one BTC is one BTC and we don't care about the price. I care about the price because it's the measurement of how far we are in disruption. Price is what is telling us whether Bitcoin has a 0.25% of global money market or if it has a 99% dominance. It's very relevant in my opinion.
Anders, before you go to RDB, you have to understand too what he's talking about. You have to correlate. This is apples to oranges. One BTC is one BTC. That's more relevant to the shit coins out there. Everyone that has fallen down. It's separate than fiat pricing. Fiat pricing is a whole different animal, okay? But yeah, one Bitcoin is always one Bitcoin. And if you're new here and you want to find out how good your favorite, as Adam Mike would say, flavor of the month is, just go look up how well they perform against Bitcoin. So yeah, there you go.
Right. All fine and hunky-dory, Puppy, but anytime people talk about fiat price, someone says, no, it's irrelevant, one BTC versus one BTC, so, or is one BTC. So I think it is a relevant point. But RD, BTC, what's your take on the bull run anatomy? How high are we going to go this year? Is this the last cycle? Is it the second last cycle? There are no other options. What's your take, man?
We were talking about this the other night. All the memers. Well, Michael Saylor's already destroyed all my models, so I think we're going to go higher than I initially thought we were going to go, because I thought we were going to go to like 250, something between 250 and 500. I'm starting to think now we're going to go higher, but I think we're going to draw down. I really do think we'll have a drawdown. And I was talking about this the other night with the guys, because I just feel like, I know there's a lot of coins being bought by your Michael Saylors and your Elon Musk and all the institutions, but there's still a lot of coins in the hands of, you know, OG whales, traders, and I think they're gonna dump it, just like they have done. But I do think it's the last time. I really do think this. So next year will be the last big dump, and then after that, then I think we go. Just because I just think there's a lot of coins there in the hands of, you know, people that want to trade it, that want to, you know, pull that price down again. Think that, because I think after that dump, you're going to get even more institutions coming in, and you know, they're going to push it back up again. And hopefully the coins will change hands between the, you know, the traders that don't, you know, traders really wind me up because they don't respect. Like, for me, the most important thing that's going on here is the adoption of sound money, and traders piss me off, really piss me off. So I hope that if we get that one more dump, that the coins change hands from these traders into strong hands that are going to hold it for 100 years. That's what I hope, and that's what I feel about what's going to happen with the price.
Excellent, RD. Pedro, what's your answer?
Yep, yellow first.
Okay, I'm just going. All right, I'm just going. You know, according to on the screen what I see. But yellow, let's go first, and then we'll end up with the smooth voice from the Pero. Yellow, what's your take?
Sure. As RD said, we were talking about it in the other day, and I think this cycle will reach around 200K, and then have a drawback for the last of the OGs, as RD said, to just sell and live their lives and do whatever. And also for the small companies and institutions that are going to join to panic sell and lose their coins to bigger companies like, I don't know, Sailors or Elon Musk's or BlackRock or whatever. So I think we're going to have a classic cycle again, and then to the moon and never stop.
Yeah.
All right. So you're seeing a top of 100, you're saying?
Around 200K plus. Yeah, something like that.
And as he said, there's going to be a massive sell-off after that, and then we go to the moon, and it goes forever. So he's calling a super cycle too, I think.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah. All right. So I think we're on the same page, and it doesn't really matter when a slap in the face starts, if it starts at 150, 200, or 500. I guess if we're all on the same page of this being the super cycle and being at you know, fiat currency collapse before April 2024, which is the next halving, it's kind of the same thing. But Pubby, before we give the word to you again, why don't we hear it from Petro, the Alpha?
I don't have a lot to add here that hasn't been said. I sort of agree with RD on two things. He's saying that there's gonna, you know, that we're gonna cross over 100,000, and he's also saying that there's gonna be a sell-off and that we hate traders, and like that's like shitcoiners are traders, right? That's what they live to do, and they're the ones that cause these massive drawdowns sometimes because they see a round number and they decide to dump it. So I agree with RD here on that one. I don't know that this, even if this is escape velocity, I don't have a 1 or 2 year time frame on this. You know, I have a 10-year time frame. I don't need any of my. I don't need to. I don't need wealth right now. I'm working. I'm happy. I just bought a couple of miners that I'm looking to hook up, and I'm sort of thinking in now is still accumulation time for me, and that's my mindset.
I hope that's miners with an E, right? Not an O.
No, not Anders kinds of miners.
Dude,
Anders buys a lot of miners.
That is not even funny as a joke, man. Like there's people who
No,
don't know me
hey,
that think you guys that believe what you say, man.
Well,
Greg,
welcome to
Greg,
me.
wait. Greg showed up. Greg showed up. Greg, the link is in your DM on Twitter. Greg, why don't you join us so we can hear it from you? I mean, the chat keeps moving.
Hey.
I can't put Greg on the screen. I think it succeeds now. Greg, why don't you please join the chat? Don't be such an A-lister that you don't have time for the lads anymore.
Hey, let Pubby jump in for a second, because this is the hard part. Is we've seen the cycle after cycle. What's different this time? It's not the number of people coming in, and this is where the game theory to me comes in. It's the amount of money. So you'll have people that will cash out that had 1 Bitcoin, and God bless them. God bless them, because they kept it rolling. They had 2 Bitcoin. They had 3 Bitcoin. Now, here's where game theory comes in, I think. Jesus. You got a company like MicroStrategy. What do they have? 70,000 Bitcoin. What do you think Apple's going to do? What do you think they're going to do when they see the monetary policy of the United States moving forward? What do you think they're going to do? They got to go put 1%, 5%, hell, 10% in there. So yeah, to me, this is escape velocity territory, because there's nothing left. Every central bank in the world has they played themselves. There's nowhere else to go. There's nowhere else to go. I'm done. Okay.
In that point, I want to mention: don't trust the companies. Don't trust the companies.
Of course.
Bitcoin is the plebs. Bitcoin is the community. Bitcoin is the little plebs that own the little sats, and they stack. And that's how the base of Bitcoin and the price is rebased in every cycle. So I don't trust the companies.
Never. Oh, Anders actually left the screen. Dear God, thank God, Puppy's in charge of the show. RD, man.
Can I give a shout out?
What do you think?
I give a shout out to?
Go. Do it.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
I got my mate Richard in the chat. He's one of my real life friends.
Okay.
Yeah, give him a shout out. Let's.
Hey, Richard. Richard.
Yeah, Richard Cunningham should be in there. He just commented a minute ago. He made a mistake though. He said Bitcoin. RD is a crypto beast. Come on.
Oh,
come on.
RD's more than a crypto beast. RD is an institution. He is an institution in the space that has actually saved people from financial ruin. Financial ruin and encourage them onto greater gains in life that will change their families' lives for generations. Not to be
calling RD a crypto beast is worse than calling Anders things about miners. And he's getting some abuse out in the chat. Bless him. He's a Bitcoin beast. Forgive me, Richard.
So RD, you're pretty big here on Bitcoin Twitter, but when I hear your friends calling you a crypto beast, it's obvious they don't really know what's going on over here, man. What's going on? Do your friends and your family know you are like a big shot here on Twitter?
Or RD,
I'm trying to
have
teach these
alt
guys
that we don't know about.
Yeah. Crypto RD.
Crypto RD. Hey, RD, I made the mistake on a show a few months back. I used the word crypto, and dear God, man, I mean, yeah, crypto puppy. I mean, I was crucified in the group for it. I feel your pain.
I was doing it.
Yeah, thanks.
What's up, man?
I'm gone for 2 minutes. I come back and this has turned into a crypto show. What is going on? Who needs to get booted from here? What's going on?
Turns out Pubby has some XRP he didn't tell us about.
Listen, look, Charlie Lee told me as long as you own one Bitcoin, you can invest in anything else you want, and it's turned out to be pretty financially advantageous. Yeah. Hey, so yeah, let's go back on the history of Bitcoin, man. Let's go back for a second. Not necessarily what the year you started, but damn, I remember those days with Litecoin, and you roll into this new idea, and you find out there's a fucking scaling issue. And I'm saying to myself, scaling? What's scaling? I have no clue. But yeah, Charlie Lee had the perfect exit scam. At $372 Bitcoin or Litecoin, he got out. Brilliant, good for him. But do you guys have any embarrassing stories of when you started?
Oh.
I actually shared mine with you on Twitter once. Probably like you posted something and I put in there that I had had a similar experience with Litecoin, and then I bought it, and then I chased the real thing all the way to the bottom, and then and you put insta follow. I don't think we were following each other at that point. So very similar to you. Like every time you share your story, it's like that's I think a lot of people that are on Bitcoin Twitter followed that same path, right? The 2017 top, and then like there's that meme on Twitter. I think Nick Can't Mind says it all the time. He says we built different, right? And there's something about somebody who's willing to buy $17,000 Bitcoin, and then it goes down to 3,600, and you still keep buying. It's like, I'm not gonna lose, right? That's like, I'm either gonna go down with the ship, or this thing's gonna reverse and go back, right? That there's no other way to look at it for some people, and then there's other people who like that. Those are the ones that are getting shaken out all the way to the bottom, and there's extra coins for more people that want to pick them up. So a similar story whenever you share yours, even though we all shit on you about it.
I know you guys should. That's cool. But you know what? I hope one day, because Friar Haas, and he'll be on the show soon. Friar Haas, I love because he was the class of 2013, and that dude, he went from 1,000 down to 200, and wrote it back up. It's just a different level. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, it wasn't easy. But I'll tell you what, it's a different mindset when you start at an all-time high and write it down. So hell, when you buy at 17,000, when you're down at 3,000, 4,000 level, you're just pulling everything off the table. You have no fear. There's no fear left. And I loved it. And here we are. RD, what do you think?
I got another mate who's watching, and he is a XRP bull. What do we think about him? What do we think about it? Because this this is your chance to tell him what you think.
No, I'll say good luck. Good luck.
Yeah, no. Have fun staying poor.
Look, there's a lot of people that don't understand why we don't like XRP or don't see a future for it. I just want to jump in and say a few things why I think that XRP is an absolute utter joke. First of all, it was sold as an illegal security. If you sell something, Bitcoin was never sold, it was only mined. If you sell something with a promise of a potential profit and it's not registered with SEC, it is per definition an illegal security. And then you can talk about, we all don't want regulation maybe and all of that. So that's all fine. However, SEC and US has a lot of power. I'm not saying, do I love they have power? No, but I'm talking about what's the definition of an illegal security, and XRP is defined as an illegal security. And I have had this discussion with many, Bitcoiners or cryptocurrencies or people or whatever. But so what the value proposition of XRP is that we're gonna move fiat currency around faster and cheaper. Yeah, but guess what? Bitcoin is replacing fiat currency. So why do you want to have a system that moves dirty fiat around faster? Because nobody wants it. So for that reason, I think XRP is headed to a zero sometime in this decade. That's just my quick take on it. Pubby, I know you have an opinion on XRP. You used to be an investor.
Yeah. Oh, right. No, actually, when I started, there was no XRP. So being a good investor, what I did was 25% Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum. I'm new to the space, so I had to learn, but I learned quickly that the rest aren't Bitcoin. So went full Bitcoin by I think late February, early March, and here we are. Let me tell you something about Ripple. Damn, what does it do? What problem set is it created for? XRP does nothing for me. The only thing that solves a real world problem is Bitcoin. It's the only thing in the world that solves the greatest problem in the world is storing the value of human work, the work you do, the value you create. Bitcoin is the only thing that can save that. And you can, and boom, by the way, you can fast forward that to your family in the future with no sort of let off. There's no way that you're losing value. It's not a battery that when it gets to your family, it's only worth 3%. No, you send the full value of all the work you created, everything your mind had come up with, everything your body worked for. You send that forward into the future to your family. It's the greatest creation since basically Prometheus came down and gave us fire. Pubby out.
You guys got to keep it going because I am concentrating on these legends. These legends in the chat that are spelling out "have fun staying poor," and if the chat moves so fast that it's hard to actually hit the right letters.
Do you want to hear my
You could just say it, Anders.
All right, have fun staying poor, dude. It's moving so fast, it's impossible. Sorry, guys.
But it's hard to see with some of the names. But who do we still have besides obviously the faces? Is Plan Marcus still here?
Yep, still here.
Plan Marcus, what do you think, man? Where's Bitcoin going this year? I want a more bullish price prediction, like something like 3 million.
Where Bitcoin is going this year, I think I already mentioned it, man. I think it's going to go up to
No, I know that.
What I'm really looking forward to is the next announcements. We've got Michael Saylor here. I'm picturing him like on this like that cartoon Tom and Jerry, where Jerry climbs like the dinner table, and you have like this big dinner table, with like punch bowl and ice cream and cheese and bread and all the good stuff, and he's there by himself, and he's just like eating like a madman. He's just eating. Yeah. And just imagine like all these other people just waking up, rushing to that table to start eating as well, because there's too many people there. So how long are they going to let Michael Saylor there alone in the corner of his room eat all the Bitcoin? And when are the big guys coming in? When is Apple going to announce that they've already been curing? And when is it's just going to be a storm, and it's coming. You just don't know when it's coming, how fast it's coming, but it's going to come in the next months. It's just happening already, I think.
Someone has their radio on there. What I think is fantastic with the Saylor story is the dude won't stop buying. He walks the walk like nothing else. He just keeps buying, and I think it's brilliant. He just keeps buying. Like And look, I don't blame the guy. If he's he can buy Bitcoin into profit, and that's fine, man. He's going to keep buying Bitcoin until the rest of the world sees I need to buy Bitcoin, and I'll profit. I love it.
Yeah,
And
I agree. And
what-
the way the Bitcoin treats the stock markets of these companies that added it to their treasuries, it's been very, very positive. So it's all like a feedback loop. More and more people looking at
Yep.
it. Well, let's have a look at what happens first. But the further we go, the longer people in the boardroom are going to start screaming, "We can't stop looking at this thing. We need some of this shit now." So it's gonna explode.
There's two parts to that for me, if I could just come in for a sec. One is,
Yes, of course.
I think we are on the verge of seeing corporate FOMO, right?
Thank you.
I don't know. I'd love to be a fly on the wall, right, as these conversations unfold. But you look at Tesla alone, right? They've made $1 billion just out of buying Bitcoin, right? What they made selling
yes
year, right? Holy shit, that is massive news, okay? And it cannot be ignored, especially in the environment that we're in, right? Especially for cash-rich companies as well, where that cash is doing fuck. Yeah. So what you secondarily have with Saylor, he's borrowing to buy, and then he's selling the idea of people doing the same. He's organizing these events where you've got massive levels of oversubscription from the corporate world, enough to break the servers that they had. And then he's coming up with these ideas of the narrative of Bitcoin is the missing piece in digital transformation for companies. Now, there is not a major company or major organization on the planet that doesn't have some kind of digital transformation strategy, right? And he's just turned the worst performing asset into something that potentially could become the best performing asset that fits perfectly into an agenda that every major business has got already, which is digital transformation. So that I'd love to see particularly how that alone, lights the touch paper with these businesses. But you have this confluence of factors. The NGU, in itself could drive mass adoption, but I think that messaging and what he's going out and actively pitching to these businesses will fall on really fertile soil.
And fertile soil is what I do. As Pubby always says, man, you're not ready for Bitcoin until you plow the fields of a fertile mind. You must have a fertile mind of good reading, good education, and understanding. Sorry, I had to jump in on that one. Anders, back to you. Sorry, I had to give you the finger on that one. But yeah.
What do you mean you give me the finger? What do you mean giving me the finger? There's no finger there. If there was a finger, you'd be off the stream. Pedro, you were.
I sent it to you. I sent it to you offline.
Okay. Just stop talking for a second. Pedro, you were right. There you go, right back at you. Pedro, you were talking about letting RD say his story. I love you, puppy. So Pedro, is there a specific question you have for RD, or do we just want to give it straight to RD and have him tell us his story? Love you, puppy.
Well, I don't think he ever. Well, maybe I stepped away, but I don't think he ever shared his story about shitcoinery.
It's a short story, and it's not coinery. It was because the question was, what are your embarrassing stories? Mine is not buying more. That's it. As simple as that.
Yeah.
You didn't buy more?
Should have bought
more. We're going to have to kick you out of the chat room then. Jesus.
I didn't sell my chairs.
So RD, all right, we love the shitcoin story being basically no shitcoin. I like that. So what is your? Oh, there comes Yellow.
Oh shit. Does Yellow have a story?
Yellow, tell us your story and
I think yellow went underneath your table, Anders. Yeah, go find yellow and bring him back.
So my story is that I got in 2013. I started buying Bitcoin every month with whatever I had in the end of the month, and I started mining seed coins back then, like embarrassing seed coins like Dogecoin and Feathercoin. And because I thought that Bitcoin was too expensive, so
There we go.
then empty goals happened. Then I learned by blood and tears, and then memeing Bitcoin for 4 years now, like 3 years.
So I'm
memeing OG.
Yeah.
I think Marty's Al, he got chills there because he heard that you are mining feather coins. So Marty's Al feel the pressure. But Yellow. So what's, because I think the story, someone brought it up earlier. I can't remember if it was both Plan Marcus or Microchat or one of you, but this whole corporate buying of Bitcoin either through cash on their balance sheet or through convertible bonds like Microchat now has moved into because they ran out of dirty fiat on the balance sheet. Yellow, what do you expect to see of that this year? Because I think that's the story. That's what's going to kill, be the final nail in the coffin for dirty fiat. It's too much of an attack that it can fight against. I think it's going to collapse from that. Yellow.
Yeah, I think that more companies are gonna copy the playbook of Saylor and I guess Elon Musk now and others. They're gonna keep on adding it in their spreadsheet because why not? They're winning. 35%, I think, of all dollars in existence was printed in the last few months. So why not do that? But I guess in all things that exist, if you see it in fractals, some of those companies that are gonna get in, they have to get like panic sell at some point. That's what I see. But that's why I said before, I see one more cycle before hyper Bitcoinization. So that's my take.
Yeah. Fair enough. Pedro, let's hear it from you. And like, in which role do you see corporate buying of Bitcoin pushing the hyper Bitcoinization and the bull run?
Yeah, I'm terrible at that. I'm such a shit trader that the only thing I can do is accumulate as much coin as I can. That's all I know how to do. Like, I'm terrible at making predictions. I'm terrible at reading charts. I don't know how to do that stuff. I know how to work. I work hard. I make the money I can. I stack. That's my focus. I don't know. I don't read any charts. I don't have any stocks anymore. I sold all that stuff. It's all in Bitcoin. I'm all in, and I'm just, I'm on a 10-year plan right now. That's it. I don't know anything about, I don't follow any of that stuff. The only, I started watching some of the news the last couple of days because there was news about senators putting laser eyes on themselves, and that was exciting. That was fun to watch. Otherwise, I don't watch any of the news. So,
and
nice.
like Pedro just said, he works hard. He doesn't understand charts, and that's what Bitcoin's for. Is for people to work hard, store their wealth in something that isn't going to be debased, so we don't have to be slaves anymore. So that's exactly what it's for, is for people like me and Pedro.
For all of us, we're all stacking sats. I want to just comment on what you said, Pedro. I'm in the same situation. I no longer hold any stocks. In fact, I don't hold other assets. It's for me, it's all in Bitcoin, you know, because that's my only chance of potentially one day reaching one full coin. But so the thing that I don't like about stocks is that all of those assets, real estate and stocks, they are artificially high because the interest rate is artificially low. Interest rate from Federal Reserve is like at zero, and that is what is pushing those asset prices up. But as Preston Pish is teaching us, and he's a front runner here, and he's pushing the envelope on new knowledge, I feel, in the space of Bitcoin, that there is a cash and carry trade in Bitcoin because the futures is higher than now. I don't want to go into the technicals. I'm just saying that the free market has discovered that the interest rate is 20% because on Bitcoin the interest rate is free market, and with an interest rate of 20%, you better believe that real estates are gonna crash like it's 1929. Stocks will crash like they're 1929. It's not gonna happen in April, I think. Like you know, this will happen latest when basically Bitcoin take over as money of the world, pushes out dirty fiat, artificial low interest rate, and when we see that happening, that's when stocks and real estate don't have a chance at the current artificially high level.
I'll translate. Oh, the hookers are here.
Oh boy!
I'll
Better answer the
translate
door,
that for
Anders.
everybody.
Room service.
What Anders is saying is that everything is overpriced because money is flowing into assets. So don't trust what's happening in the stock market. Don't trust what's happening in anything. Stack Bitcoin. That's it.
All the money, of course, it's flowing into assets. So, yeah, at this point, aside from assets, you'll make some money. The only thing, listen, assets and Bitcoin, just sit back and enjoy the ride because there's nothing else to do. There's nowhere else you can go.
We have Milton Friedman on the screen on Bitcoin TV in the background, and Milton Friedman called it that internet, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, internet itself needed a native money, and it's what we're seeing. Milton Friedman, what a genius, wanting free market and knowing that was better for humanity. I feel we haven't heard from Plan Marcus in a while. Do you have any comments on what we've been talking about lately?
Who?
You, Plan Marcus, do you have any comments on, you know, real estate prices, stock prices when Bitcoin takes over? I know it was a fellow Dutchman of yours that where the family, I think it was a couple with 3 kids, they sold everything and bought Bitcoin, and we're talking back, I think in 2016 or something, and started traveling the world strictly on, you know, to experience and to be long Bitcoin, maximizing their coin. Please, Plan Marcus.
Yeah. I think you're talking about Didi Taihutu. So the Bitcoin family, and his dad was a good soccer player. So you know, I think at one point we were in a chat room with called anyway. Yeah, no, there's so much angles to this thing. I don't know what kind of original thoughts I can bring to this. You know, usually I'm here on Twitter and listening to you guys and soaking up the knowledge and the information and then parroting it back around on Twitter. You know, but yeah, it's exciting times, and like Pedro is saying, he's so right. You know, I love the charts. You know, I mean, I'm a market researcher. I'm a media researcher. So I'm, you know, throughout my work, I'm always making charts and doing kind of stuff like that. So I love to look at charts. I love looking for patterns, but I do realize that, you know, in hindsight, everything is 2020, but you can't predict this thing. You know, it looks easy, but you can't. And so it doesn't really make sense to look at the charts, besides that it's a beautiful thing to see. But it's all about fundamentals and what's happening out there in the real world.
I got a question real quick, because of course you're talking about watching the charts. What I think is most fascinating is that Bitcoin really doesn't care about charts. It's you know, when you think about it, at the end of the day, hell, guess what? Here we are. I'm math. I am pure math going forward. Does that change the way you view this? I mean, this is an open question to anyone out there, but at the end of the day, Bitcoin, hell, is pretty open ended. You can see the source code, you can see everything that's happened, and how it moves forward. So what do you think? How the stock market we know is manipulated, but here we are with Bitcoin, can't be manipulated, programmable money. So what do you think?
Well, you gotta point out a name, Puppy, because these guys they're all nice guys. They're sitting behind the screen creating memes. They're not out there speaking loud like you and I. So when you ask a question, it would be awesome. Like point to someone who didn't speak for a little while. Thank you. I love it, and I love you.
Well, you're the one. You're the one that knows everyone hasn't spoken in a while. You run the chat, so yeah. Let's go
Micro
to
hasn't spoken in a while.
Micro Chad. I was going there. Yep.
What was the question again, brother?
Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh. Here we go.
Here we go. Honestly, I just clarify it for me. Your doorbell's going again, man. Come on, hit me again.
No, here where are we going? We're going forward with this. Yeah.
So, all right. Actually, I let me say this. Like, I originally remembered the question, but once you guys talking about what was the question, I kind of missed it out. So, I just want to say I'm changing subject a little bit, and then Poppy, let's go back to your question. We have been wanting to keep this non-profit the entire time, except I have said continuously, I would love to have Guinness as a sponsor, and they can come and serve beers for me in my living room while we're doing the chat. We're not doing this for the money, but there has been several people saying, hey, Poppy's mic is bad. I want to pay him. I want to send money so Poppy can get a decent mic. And I mean, I think today listening to Pero talk with that beautiful voice and a professional mic, it may be time that we go non-commercial and step it up a little bit. So, but I can guarantee this: we will never have anything here that we would not recommend without being paid, because we don't really need it. We're doing this for passion and love. We're here to educate and hopefully entertain as well. However, since we did go in the red today, despite putting in hours every week, we went red so we could upgrade Restream. I know it's peanuts, but be able to have all of you guys, the memers in. So we can change this. I don't know how, but one idea that I had now when we were talking was we could start by strike, I think. So it's something that both RD and Greggy already are involved in. I think one more of our memer friends here, but strike is absolutely phenomenal. It's going to change the world to a much better place. I obviously do have a strike, a download, and that's currently that's my name. So when you send money on strike, and this is why I feel it might be better than Lightning Network, you can put a note, and what I will swear here publicly is money sent here will go to either equipment, steak dinners, drinks, shots, women, transport, and hotel. So there you have it for me. I can hear that Puppy needs to upgrade the mic, and that would be awesome. And you guys, we don't, nobody, like, please, we're not asking for money, but someone had kept asking us, and I have been rejecting them. So we want to be like, don't pay, but if you insist, that's a way to, because we don't want to pay money for a new mic. So I hope that you guys are fine with that. And if not, please do not send anything. We don't do this for the money. We're doing it for the fun. Puppy, do you remember the question you had for microchat?
No,
hey,
not
Anders,
at all.
I'm gonna jump.
It's fucking
jump
gone.
in here, Anders.
I can answer another question.
Yeah.
If you're interested, you were looking for like horror stories, right?
Yep.
So my Bitcoin journey began in 2013 when Bitcoin was $30, and I remember listening to an interview with my mate Max from Bit by Bit podcast and Bitcoin Q&A. And Bitcoin Q&A said, no noobs ever go from having like 0 Bitcoin exposure to getting Bitcoin and running their own full node. And I beg to differ, because back in 2013, everything that I read about was, I don't know whether not your keys, not your coins was a meme back then, but it was certainly a message, right? That if you, and I'm not a techie, but I know kind of, I have an interest in technology, and that's kind of one of the reasons I got into Bitcoin, tinkering around. But I know enough to play around, but not enough to not get myself in some trouble. So I ended up buying some corn on, I think it was localbitcoins.com. And I think it might have been pre-KYC, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to test this out, see what it's all about. And I don't quite remember how this story unfolded. I just remember the impact that it had on my psychology and situation that year. Somewhere between me buying the corn on localbitcoins.com and setting up my own full node, I downloaded a copy of Bitcoin Core, or I tried to, but what happened is my internet provider clamped my traffic for 2 weeks for some reason. I was trying to download the Bitcoin Core ledger, and they clamped my traffic to a point where I couldn't do anything online, right? Something happened. And 2 weeks later, I managed to get my internet restored, but my full node was corrupted. And I think I must have transferred the coins from localbitcoins.com to an address that I'd managed to create, despite the fact that I didn't have the ledger downloaded fully. And then it took me 9 months to get it back. And in that time, it went from $30 to 900. So from that point, I'm like, oh God, this is obviously something I should have been paying a lot more attention to and doing properly, and getting more educated about it. But, working and young family, all that kind of stuff, I was doing what I could. And I had no idea it was going to go to those levels back then. And I ended up playing around in the shitcoin casino, kind of chasing to try and make up for lost time. And like everybody that plays in the shitcoin casino, including the guys who are buying XRP in here, you learn your lesson. You learn your lesson really good, right? So it was a great lesson for me, and for the last few years, it's just been all about Bitcoin for me.
Oh, Anders, do you have this? You good to go?
No, look, I do speak a lot, and sometimes, honestly, I want to make sure that everyone here has a say. I know that RD was trying to say something.
Here's what happened, everybody. Anders got a little bit of money on that, and he's freaking out right now. So, Anders, chill out. I just sent a little bit of money. Don't dox me.
Oh,
and some of the other guys, some of the other guys in the chat are sending a little bit of Pubby Mike money. Don't freak out.
Preston, all right, Preston Pitch, is that you? I think we got Preston Pitch in the chat.
That's
Preston Pitch quality there.
Account.
All right, so right now, Poppy, we do have a $10, 30 cents for a mic for you. I'm not sure if we can get a professional mic for that, but let's keep saving up. And we got
this is not professional. Come on.
No, looking at your screen, though, it does look professional.
Oh, we need full headphones or earbuds.
Hey guys.
Yeah.
Pedro, give the word to Pedro. Pedro had a point here. Pedro, what did you say?
This is embarrassing at this point, but I'm done. Artie's got a point he wants to make.
I've been trying to make this for a while now. I've got a friend, a real life friend who's watching. It's Jamie. I don't think he's in the chat, but he made a very good point, Anders. He said, "Turn your TV off. You're not watching it. You're wasting money. You could be stacking sats with that money, man."
Yeah.
Oh, how does it waste money to run a free YouTube a free YouTube
electric bill?
Electricity.
Electric bill, Anders? Come on, man. Like he's a new Bitcoiner and he's even noticed that. He's calling
Thank
you out.
Artie. Thank you, Artie. This is
what?
what I have to deal with. This is what I deal with.
Get your coat, Anders.
You know,
You're saving on the heating bill, are you?
Well, clearly,
Clearly
I am. There is no heat going on right here now. You know, that I get that costs money. So you gotta sometimes take your some for the team, take some hits. And I am here pushing Bitcoin TV. I may pay a little bit of electricity, but since they do a lot of great education, I want to do some free advertising for them and take that on my rope. Yeah. So who else wants to jump in and say something?
Can I give a shout out? Can I give a shout out?
Go for it.
To Swala, watching the stream, he wants me to say Malaka. That's it. That's a tweet.
Nice.
Malaka, back to you.
Yell it.
What's up?
Yellow is a
genius, by the way.
I'm not really.
Pedro, I heard myself speak too much already. I feel Pubby is at this level, has great input, but is unable to run the show. So I really want to give it over to you because you are a professional podcaster.
I'm definitely not a professional podcaster. I don't work at podcasting. I build websites, and I do that for myself and for other people. And I also have like a real, 7 to 5 job that I do weekly. I don't professionally podcast. I've done it before. I probably invested way too much in this bullshit. I should sell it and stack some sats. That's the truth.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah. What were you going to ask me, Anders?
I wanted you because I heard myself speak so much, and that's why I wanted to, because I feel you gotta you have some experience here. I'd love to see you, like, for the next, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 minutes, actually run the show and share out the questions. You had some good questions earlier. I'd like to hand over the reins to you if you don't mind.
Well, like, I just have a lot of questions for like RD, and like Greg's not on, but a couple of you guys put in a lot of legwork behind the 50K, the 100K laser thing, and I have a hard time myself, like, just DMing somebody out of the blue. But it seems like you, Labra, Greg, like, you guys don't have any issue with that. And I think that's why, like, you guys are successful at what you do, right? Even without not counting, memes or whatever, just networking. And I guess I just want to know, like, what's that like when you just reach out to somebody for the first time, account maybe, or do they reach out to you first? How does that work?
Let me jump in here for a second. Let me jump in, because I'll tell you what, you talk about going to DM somebody for the first time. Hell, the people that we get to enjoy our show, we just DM them. We don't give a shit. It's the perfect meme way. We just don't give a shit. We go for it. But yeah, you're right. That's a good question. Yeah. So who are we going to here?
RD.
Let's go.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We got RD.
Yeah. I just generally are the type of person that will just talk to anyone, just in life in general, and yeah, no, it is always me. I don't think any of the big accounts reached out to me, but yeah, I just might send him a meme. I quite often I've like slid into someone's DMs and dropped a meme in there. Yeah, and just said I might send you a meme from time to time. Is that okay? And they say yeah, and that I've heard Pubby say it a million times as well. Like everyone in Bitcoin is just brilliant, you know, friendly. And
True.
although I had a little episode with Saifedean, we won't talk about that. But
Me too.
I think yeah, yeah. But everybody else has just been amazing. Yeah, and yeah, I just if you're genuine, people will take to you, won't they? You know, like don't just keep it real and you know spread the joy, and that's what I get from this.
Well, one of the coolest things that happened out of all of this stuff is the amount. So some of the weird follows that we've gotten out of this, and like it seems like you got Michael Saylor to follow all of us. I think that's like already been publicly posted on Twitter. Which I when I saw that follow, I freaked out. I actually I bothered to DM him just something stupid or whatever, and he put a thumbs up on it, and that's it. But it's just outstanding. Like the butterfly effect again it's just nuts that we went from doing some stupid memes to all of a sudden Michael Saylor putting laser eyes on, Elon putting laser eyes on, like everybody doing it, and some of the crazy follows we've gotten. It's been nuts. So appreciate all the work you've done in the background.
So you know,
are they using memes like normal people use dick pics?
no.
Exactly.
So let me.
We tried to get Shakira, right, guys, but we haven't gotten Shakira to respond to any of us yet. So we have our failures. Talk about bad failures.
No, she'll be there, but I will say this: this is the brilliant thing about a meme. A meme is about truth. At the end of the day, a meme is an idea. It's an idea. It's a truth that everyone knows, but they cannot admit sometimes. They cannot admit to themselves because of certain things in their background, perhaps a certain government. But a meme is a truth. So when you nail things, when you put a meme out like the laser eyes, focus on 100,000, you basically called out the entire banking industry. What you did was you told everyone fiat currency is a bunch of bullshit. We have turned you turned it on its head, and that's what I love it the most because it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. And enjoy your time, man. Enjoy your time in the sun here, because guess what? It's 100K. I think by May. I mean, I know you guys are bears. I want to wait till June, but yeah, May.
It happens in March.
Yeah, well, what you don't know, Pubby, is we're working on something else.
Oh, thanks. No, great. Now I know.
Yeah, Jim had a great one, man. Laser Willy until 1 milli. Love it.
That was good.
Yeah, maybe another story that I can share was that at one point I decided, we were talking about Shakira, and it's like, okay, we just got to meme a bunch of big accounts, and they're gonna get like their notifications are gonna get blown up, and you're just planting a seed inside these people's minds, right? And the funny thing is, I made this little meme for Mark Cuban where he was like playing around with a banana under the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And you just make it in a couple of minutes, you send it out there, and within no time you have Mark Cuban responding to your meme. It's like a meme will cut through 1,000 text mentions, so just adding a little video or a little picture to it and stick somebody's head on it, it cuts through. You float to the top. It's really powerful.
You remember in the 1950s and 1960s, I was just going to jump in. RD, I'll get back to you in a second. But used to have the secretary, if you can call them that anymore, or the administrative assistant who was the gatekeeper. Twitter has bypassed the gatekeeper. There's no more gatekeeper. Look, you put it out there, the owner himself will see it, and he will judge how worthy you are, and if he wants to respond. So you're right. We have it. We have a pipeline straight to every swinging dick in the world that has money that won't find Bitcoin in a minute. RD, sorry about that. Please go ahead.
You're muted, RD. We can't hear you.
I didn't mute him. I don't have that power.
Knocking out a meme.
No, I muted myself. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's just making a meme, so it's just making. No. Yeah, no, I wasn't going to say anything. I was just, I was thinking there's something I was going to say earlier because.
I was talking about Mark Cuban, how you can reach him and you float to the top, and then I thought you reacted.
Yeah, and I've had that with a few accounts that I've like. That's one of the things I like about being, semi-anonymous on Twitter is that you can really go for some accounts, like Kevin Long today. So I went for her today because of the shitcoinery that she's now promoting. Did you guys see that?
No. What is she doing?
Yeah.
Fuck. That's bad. True.
I will try and find it and put it on the screen while RD you explain what happened.
Well, I quite like it when accounts like that do something, stupid, because it's excellent memeing potential, so it's brilliant. I love it. It's easy work, easy pickings for us memers. But yeah. So, but one thing that I was going to say about memeing is that I'm dyslexic as fuck, so I struggle with tweets. Like I love Twitter, and I spent a long time on Twitter, just hardly ever tweeting, hardly doing anything. And even when I did tweet, it would get 2 likes or, so. And then with memes, I think your brain has to work different with memes. That's what I think. I don't know what you guys think, but for me, I just think I've got a message in my head. I'd love to get it out in a tweet, but I can't. I just can't do it in a tweet, but I can do it in a meme. So yeah, it's quite liberating, really. Yeah, that's one thing that came to mind earlier. But yeah, I don't know about you guys.
That was something I always found fascinating, was the fact that you could have people from so many different backgrounds that find an outlet for creativity from genius. And I'll tell you what, man, when it comes to memes, what you just saw with Bitcoin are people that recognize the truth about our fiscal policy in the world and to what it can become. And it turns into, boom, an overnight sensation. It's mind-boggling. It truly is.
And I think memes are because Bitcoin is decentralized, memes are decentralized. Yeah. So they have it has a lot in common, and it's just the best viral way to spread. Bitcoin is a meme. Do you know what I mean? So it all works together quite nicely, I think.
It's all.
What do you guys?
I was going to say, it's value. It's value that you can keep on your. It's value that you've earned. You've earned this value. You get to hold this value, and you can share the value on your own.
Like, what do the other guys think about? Like,
Yeah.
are you guys similar to me in that try and tweet in, writing a good, like, you look at like Robert Breedlove, and you're like, how did that? And even Michael Saylor, amazing tweets. And do you guys struggle and then find making a meme easier than a tweet? What do the other memers?
Somebody's
somebody's
echoing.
echoing.
Go.
Is it me?
Go.
It's yellow. I think it's yellow. Have you got the stream on your?
Yellow would like to go first, I think.
Oh,
No, man,
go
go.
ahead, Yellow.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, this one's
No,
you,
no.
Yellow. I was just gonna tell everybody how shitty my memes are. Go ahead, Yellow.
Yeah, I think I'm similar to RD in the aspect that English is my second language, so memeing is so much easier for me to communicate a message, and yeah, the same basically. And I think I'm more of a visual guy. Like, I do the connections between the joke when I see it more, Oh, there's someone in the door again.
Those are hookers, Yellow. Go ahead.
The hookers go answer your doorbell.
Dude, I ain't moving anywhere. Yellow was talking. Let him talk. Let Yellow talk.
No, man, that's pretty much it. Like, and I'm also so much addicted to Twitter. Like, Twitter is also like it's what's the expression? Double-edged sword. Like,
Yes.
It's so powerful. Like the deal with Strike, right? I just spammed the DMs of Jack Mallers, and then I kept on spamming his threads. So he had to accept at one point, and then in the other hand, I have to take some breaks, like for a week or two, because I just don't feel it. Like I get overwhelmed sometimes. I don't know why. I don't know if other feel like that.
Yeah, I do. I get quite overwhelmed by it sometimes, and although I haven't taken a break, I keep thinking that I want to take a break, only for like a week or something. But it's just so full on just lately. Ever since 20, I've been feeling like I wanted as soon as we hit 20k, and because it's just been like so hectic. But at the same time, it's great fun. But my brain just goes into meltdown sometimes, and I just really sometimes just have to put my phone down and stop thinking about it, just go and do something else for a little while. But yeah, Yellow, exactly what it sounds like. Me and Yellow are definitely on the same wavelength, and yeah, the strike thing that's come up, this really exciting. Really, I mean, strike just blows my mind. I'm so pumped about it. I'm so pumped.
Pumped, yes.
And like I've been listening to re-listening to all of Jack Maller's podcasts this week, the last few days, and today I listened again to his TFC Tales from the Crypt, that is brilliant. That was the best one by far, and I'm just thinking this is blowing my mind that I'm part of this team. This is gonna make a huge difference to the world. And talk about banking the unbanked. Like, Jack Mallers is about to change the world. No shit. Like, it's so cool. Yeah.
What I would bring up quickly with Jack Mallers, you're right, banking the unbanked. It's so interesting. And I have relatives that are from the Philippines, or you go around the world, and guess what? there's people from around the world work their ass off to send money back to their family, and for years they were screwed out of paying 25%, 20% just to send money back to the family. Strike is literally going to save human lives, and I love it. Can't wait to have him on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a brilliant idea. Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I've just seen that comment on the screen. That's true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Artie, so you're now working with Jack Mullis, as I understand. Maybe you can push him a little bit towards spending like 20 minutes with the plebes on Toxic Happy Hour and give him a little exposure here.
Hey,
and I mean little when I say a little. Sorry?
Anders, come on, Anders. Look, we'll ask him as an anonymous show.
I think, like Jack's really busy, so we don't very much.
Yeah.
Yellow will vouch for that. He sort of dips in. We've got like a group that we're in, and he dips into that once a day or twice a day. If you miss him, you've missed him. But he's one of us, man. Like, you know, he's dialed in for sure.
Yeah.
So I think he'll do it. Well, you know, not going to pester him about it, but I'll ask him.
Don't do that. I love when he goes off on the rants, because I go off on rants too. But he starts dropping the F bombs, F this, F that, F you NFL. Everyone loves that because it's true. It's absolutely true, and everyone respects him. Yeah.
It's
so Artie, what I would like to hear, because I mean, I've worked in marketing since I finished my education, and I saw that Jack Mullis said, he's been told to get an ad agency and push go full regular default way of getting the voice out there, and he said instead he's hiring memers. But what I'm thinking is that strike is something we need to get out to like every single human being on earth. And if you're using Bitcoin Twitter, it's kind of limited in how many people you reach. Is there something there that, I mean, obviously there's something there. I don't know how you're going to get the rest 99.9% of the population, or can you tell me like how are we going to get the word out to everyone?
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I don't know what is. I mean, like realistically, like Bitcoin Twitter memes are not, like you said, not going to reach the whole world. But then I don't know, like I don't work in marketing, so I don't know what his strategy will be to get it out to to the places who really need it. What do you think, Yellow?
Yellow, I think you have speakers on.
Yeah, if I can jump into this, like I think he has such a great service that he doesn't need that much of a marketing to reach people that need banking that they don't have access to. What he needs is something cool about the community. He needs a tap in the community, and I think memeing is one of the best and actually less costly ways that he can achieve that. Like I think he had the logo of Strike on articles like Newsweek and Forbes with the laser thing, and that's with the power of memes.
Right. I think that's a really, really good point, that his product is so good that us that knew about it like relatively early will be telling everyone in our family, you got to get Strike on your phone. And just to highlight for the people who don't know what Strike is, that it's a really easy to use app. You connect it with your bank account, and then all of a sudden you can, without any fee, instantaneously send any currency around the world. I can send 10 US cents to my niece in Denmark, and she receives it as a Danish crown. Now, all currencies are not there yet. That's going to happen Q2 or Q3. But basically, it's money remittance, which is a huge market where people are getting ripped off. People at the lower end of society paying huge fees to gatekeepers that sitting on this market, and that's now going to be directly in your hands, and you don't have to pay anyone anything. It happens instantaneously. You can send money back to family. It's just phenomenal. And also, Yellow, what you made me realize from what you said is this is exactly like Tesla, a product that I personally love. And Tesla has not spent any money on marketing because it is a unique, phenomenal product that is by word of mouth being spread.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't need help. He had it's amazing. No fees. What other cash app out there or protocol or whatever it's called, like Swift, does no fees, does streaming money? It's amazing.
This is something that like Americans just don't understand. Most of Bitcoin Twitter is a lot of Americans, right? I can't say most, but a lot of them, they don't understand what it is, what it's like to send money to another country, especially a third world country. They don't know what that's like. And once I can send money to Guatemala using Strike, and I can tell somebody in Guatemala to download Strike, and they can have it on their phone, and they'll have the money instantaneously. They don't need to go to their supermarket down the road to wherever, the local places where you can actually collect money that somebody sends you. I mean, it's a pain in the ass right now, and it's a ton of money. Nobody sends $10. If you send $10, that's a joke, because it costs $10 to send it. You got to send way more money. With something like Strike, you can just send whatever somebody needs in real time, in the moment, and you don't have to do this crazy game of wait till you can save enough to where you can actually send it, and it's worth everybody's time and effort to be able to collect that money. This is insane. It's it's out of this world, and so it's groundbreaking stuff that they're doing.
And if I can add a little more, in my personal experience, we had capital controls here in Greece for 10 years of austerity, and I had in my day job many customers having problems with imports and stuff like that. They couldn't send money outside. There was a limit of 200 euros or something. If you could tell me, back in 2010, you just can download an app and you can stream whatever you want in whatever kind of value you want, wherever you want in the world, without fees. They would think I was crazy, and all on the Bitcoin protocol, on top of the Bitcoin. It's crazy. It's things that back in 2013, Adonopoulos was saying about streaming money and having a 5-minute what's the word? Get damn it! Like insurance for if you need 5-minute insurance, you just can stream money for 5 minutes and you have insurance for 5 minutes. Things like that are possible now.
And also, to just again, it's not because I want to shill it, but then again, if people do want to donate, but
shill away, Anders, shill away.
Yeah. So because actually we got some more funds for your mic, Puppy, and I want to highlight this because it's a great example of how phenomenal Strike is. Like, we're sitting here having this conversation, people keep complaining on Puppy's mics, and I remember how people have been asking to pay for a mic from before, and I didn't know, okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to set up a Lightning Networker account or an on-chain or something. It's getting a little bit, I can't see what people are saying they want to spend that money for, but I just show my Strike app now here, and once again, I pledge all of the money will go to Toxic Happy Hour one way or another, and to the crew that is helping out. and now a total of 3 donations, instantaneously. Imagine if we did that over like legacy banking accounts, that money would be received a week from now or something. And each time I receive a wire transfer on my Bank of America account, I pay $15. But Pubby, we now have $31.50 for your mic. Pedro, can you please tell us how much is a mic? Are we getting there?
Yeah, at this point, Pubby might be able to get some regular earpods, the wired ones. So this is actually really good news, guys.
This sounds nice.
I don't know if I can call out the names as long as you guys don't say. I mean, can I do that? Mention the name of the people, Pedro. Can I tell the people or mention
you can
here?
dox me because I already said it, but I don't know you should dox anybody else.
Okay, all right. But thanks, guys. You know who you are. Thank you very much. Pubby will get a mic sooner or later.
Oh yeah, do I get like the big headset one? I want a full. Am I running a full node as well as talking to the people? This will be fantastic.
Microchat, we haven't heard from you for a while, and the same with Plan Marcus. Do you guys have any comments?
You go, Marcus.
I think.
Oh yeah. I've been trying to get Pubby to install a full node. For me, like starting to meme, it's part of your Bitcoin journey. Like we talked about shitcoins, embarrassing moments. Yeah, I've also had my shitcoin moment back in 2017. But you end up in like bad YouTuber streams, and they convince you of all kind of weird stuff, and then. Shout out to one of my big friends. He's called the BTC Jerk on Twitter, but he's the one who got me on the straight path of Bitcoin only, and really diving deeper into the fundamentals of Bitcoin, basically getting me to read the Bitcoin Standard, all that stuff. But I completely lost where I was going with this. Yeah, so. It's something you have to go through, and then at one point, you're like on Twitter and you hear people are like, yeah, but you have to run a full node and you want to protect the network, so I'm not, I'm decently technical, but at the same time, I was like, okay, Raspberry Pi 4, 8 gigabytes, 1 terabyte, this and that, I have to download the blockchain, all that. It was kind of, like a little bit of like a block that I was wondering if I'd be able to do it. Seemed like a big hassle, but I was like, I need that. So I've been trying, once I installed it, you feel more of part of a real Bitcoiner, you're really part of the network. I encourage everybody to install a full node. It's so much fun. It's really easy. Big shout out to get it to people like MyNode and who make it so easy to do that. And so yeah, Pubby, when full node,
And let me tell you something.
He still got his coins on Coinbase.
Yeah, listen, the fucking purity test, the purity test is amazing to me. Goddamn! Oh my god, I did a tweet one time on this, about I'm sorry, you don't run a full node. Who the fuck are you? Why are you on Bitcoin Twitter at all? Because we have this idea of what's coming into the space. I'll tell you what, man. The next generation. They could care less. They just want their Bitcoin to be accessible. They want number go up technology, as everyone did when they started. Most of them. I know. Andrews is here for the tech, obviously. But exactly. Let me tell you something. This next generation of you got retail coming in is one thing, but the institutional people, guess what? They just want to find a way to find value in this world. We're trying to find value in a world that has been shit on for years. So yeah, when it comes to running a full node, when it comes to a hardware wallet, I don't blame them. It's tough. It's tough coming in. I'm the same way. I don't care. So yeah, I'll leave mine on Coinbase. They've been good to me. They paid me $5,000 a month to show their coin. That's fine. Okay, I'm fucking around there, but yeah.
So are you saying
Anders.
you're not going to run a full node? Is that what you're saying?
Oh no, no, I'm running my full node right now.
I think this is the Pubby equivalent of losing your keys in a boating accident. That's my take.
Oh man, the silky smooth stylings. Pedro, gee, again, man, this guy's the first guy into the bar. Hey, this is a good segue. Are you coming to Miami? June 4th and 5th? Who's going to be there?
I came down with the Rona not too long ago, and I was forced to not work for a few weeks, which pretty much used a significant amount of vacation time that would have allowed me to go to Miami. So I'm not in.
That is how it is in US. In Denmark, if you're sick, you're on a sick leave and it doesn't take from your holiday. You're running a very tough scheme in US, to be honest, and it's kind of pushing people to, if they're sick and they don't want to lose their holiday, they go sick to work and they make other people sick. And I don't fully understand it.
Andrews, you listen. Everyone is well documented. You have over 10,000 Bitcoin. Maybe you can spare one or two for our friends. What do you think?
What do you, first of all, stop saying like untrue lies like that, because some people will believe it, you know,
What?
but all right, never mind. All right, fair enough. But
check
I don't think,
1 2.
Even if I did have, you know, a decent amount of Bitcoin, which I don't, but if I did, I can't buy Pedro's freedom because he has X amount of vacation days and he's took it because I was forced to spend it on sickness. Am I right, Pedro?
Right. Yeah. So like I was definitely planning on trying to get it down there. I'm not that far. I mean, it would have been like a 4 or 5 hour drive, so it would have been easy.
Yeah.
But I can't take the time off anymore.
Bastard.
All right. Guys, are we lacking towards the end? Is that the right expression? Again, I mean, English is also only my second language, as you can clearly hear, everyone. That's why I'm obviously struggling on the language front here. Are we moving towards the end? Maybe we'll do like a final round of actually right now. So we've been going for 2 hours, 32 minutes. We're still 50 minutes off.
Average.
Off the record that Daniel Prince, the host of Once Bitten podcast, our fellow friend there, I can't believe 3 people held it up for 3 hours 22 minutes. But
more.
All right, go. Take it. I mean, I was thinking we could hear like some final thoughts or whatever.
Yeah, man. Because final thoughts.
Or we can keep going.
Listen, I'll keep going. I think final thoughts will still take us for a good half an hour. Yeah, let's do final thoughts for 30 minutes, baby. Because look, we just hit 58,000 today. I'm in a good mood.
Me too.
You should be too.
I am. I like it. Micro chat. I think we owe you the microphone here for a bit. Let's get some final thoughts from you. Whatever you find important. Experiences with Meme, Bull Run, Miami. Can you make it? Is it too far? Whatever you want to share with us.
Sure, man. So I got the chance to speak to Yellow today. We had an interview. I interviewed him for for 21ism. Sorry to name drop there, but you know, speaking to his experience. To him about his experience with what happened in Greece and the way in which the Cypriot government executed a hasty kind of bail-in, you know, dipped into the population's bank accounts. And really brought home to me the fact that you know, we live in a world that is it's non-reality for a lot of people, right? And this impacts on Bitcoin. So when you hear people like Nouriel Roubini and Nicholas Nassim Taleb and Professor Steve Hanke and all these naysayers who just shit talk about constantly. I mean, Nassim Taleb's a recent one, but Nouriel has been consistently wrong. Hanke has been consistently wrong, and they're talking about the fact that it's, or they're trying to make the argument that it's in a bubble, and they never seem to be even the remotest bit aware of the problems that Bitcoin is solving for people who aren't like them and who live in completely different circumstances. Whether it's people in El Salvador who, face the real threat of getting mugged when they use Western Union, whether it's, people who lived in Cyprus and were the victims of government bailouts, because of monetary policy gone wrong and what have you. These are real problems that affect a very large number of people. And with what happened in Greece, and the impact that austerity had there, real impacts on real families, it just really pisses me off that these naysayers have seemingly got no handle whatsoever on reality. So the NGU is great, the memes are great.
Hookers.
But, yeah.
Anders, answer your door, because I want to answer this one on my own from personal experience. From when I was in Greece, man, I was in Greece in 2004 for that brilliant fucking run to the Euro finals, man, and they won. I think they had a German coach, but yeah, Pubby's older. Pubby remembers back when you played defensive football, but they fucking ran that shit in 2004. But let me tell you something. He's absolutely right when it comes down to the end of it. Bitcoin right now is the last refuge, man. You talk about buying a citadel or wanting. This is a citadel. This is a citadel of anyone that wants to preserve anything for their family. Anything you want from your family, put it into Bitcoin, because it's the only thing that will save you. It's the only thing that will save you from the future that is coming. Okay, I'll stop. Go ahead. Sorry. There you go.
Pedro, you're saying in the chat, let me tell you something. Why don't you tell us something?
Oh, no, I was pretending to be Pubby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guess what? We're going to Plan Marcus for final words there.
Final words, yeah. Well, excellent spoken, man. Final words, yeah. Don't shitcoin. Stay on the right path. Bitcoin is hope. Bitcoin is love. Bitcoin is, I don't know what Bitcoin is. I'm still figuring it out. It's going to change the world. Whether it's going to be a renaissance or a future without government and without banks, it's everything is open right now. It's a fair system. I think the U.S. is doing a great job. I don't, I'm living here in the Netherlands, and if you see, you guys have people like Rubini also in the media and stuff, but like if I read the Dutch newspapers here or listen to the radio shows, it's just they're completely ignoring it, and they're telling you it's a scam, it's a bubble, it has no intrinsic value, and they're doing a huge disservice to the public. The journalists are embedded, they have to go to a few sources to get their feedback. All the sources are like incumbents of the banks, and they all tell you it's a bubble. And that's what they write down in the papers. That's how they inform the public. In the meantime, nobody wants to buy it. The U.S. is in full swing right now. You guys got like a new government with and if I look at, I keep forgetting his name, but the new guy at the secretary of the SEC or the Treasury, keep messing them up. But he gave.
So do we.
The sentiment is different in the US. You see it shifting. On CNBC, it's been a lot more positive. People are starting to get it better. And I think it has to do with the education and the information flows, and everything is in English. And a lot of these Dutch politicians, you know, they understand English, but it's not the media they consume, so it's not reaching them, and they're gonna left behind. You know, we're gonna get left behind for sure. So it's gonna be a whole new. Yeah, I kind of worry about it a little bit. You know, I also come from. I grew up on an island in the Caribbean, and I'm like, oh my God, these politicians there, they should be the first to adopt a Bitcoin standard. It could change the complete outlook of a little small nation state like that. But you know, unfortunately, you have to deal with people. Bitcoin is information. Bitcoin is knowledge. It takes significant time to get Bitcoin, so it's something you can't really speed up. Yeah, so I'll leave it there for now.
All right. Before we go on to Yellow, let's do you next. I think this is a really nice thing from Turtle Boy in the chat. I feel sorry for the people that don't question authority. They're missing out on Bitcoin. And yes, if let's say if, and I believe so, that deep state is really corrupt and run by like military complex, central bank owners that were private when it was created, etc. If you just blindly believe to their brainwashing, you're just enslaved to them and their system and the theft of the value of your savings. That's why we need to question always authority. And Yellow, because I want to keep that Pedro's voice for the end. Yellow, let's get some final words from you.
I'm gonna build on that sentiment and say that buying and holding Bitcoin is one of the best political options that you have and voices that you have. And you don't have to throw any more Molotovs. You don't have to break shops and burn banks to the ground. You just have to buy and hold Bitcoin and fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I want to just interject real quickly. Yellow's been one that I have watched his work for a long time, and I know it's sort of a joke that we have a little bit of a community where I bring people in. I feel remiss right now. It's taken me so long to say, Yellow, thank you for all you do for the community, because I'll tell you what, your memes have really just taken everyone else, and you just set the bar, man. You set the standard. So thank you for all you have done.
I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I love making memes.
Yeah.
I love making people laugh, and I don't know. I think I bring a little bit more positivity to the space. I try at least.
Yeah, we get angry in here sometimes, but thank you.
Pedro, let's get Pedro the Alpha. Let's get some final words from you, brother.
Yeah, I'm just super thankful to be a part of what's going on and to be in our little group here. I mean, there's not much. I don't have any in real life people that I can talk to Bitcoin about. Anybody that I have talked to Bitcoin about, they always end up shitcoining. It's like it's happened every single time. It's very painful, and so I'm super grateful to be able to be a part of our little small group and to be a part of, you know, Bitcoin Twitter is just the amount of conviction in Bitcoin Twitter is amazing. That is the only place to hang out right now and to be able to deal with a bear market and have a ton of conviction. So super grateful to be a part of that. Super grateful for Yellow's memes, for RD's memes, for Greg's memes, for even Labra's shit memes. I'm thankful to be a part of what's going on. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, before I give the final word to Puppy, I just want to expand on that. Also super happy, grateful to be part of what's going on, and a lot of it coming out of Bitcoin Twitter, because that's where the big Bitcoin minds are. Adam Backnick, Sabo, all of them. You know, we're watching history unfold, and we are being part of making history. And that's the reason behind this stream, was the laser eyes laser race until 100Ks. You know, it's exciting times to be alive and watch one money taking over from another. We haven't seen it before, since before the Roman Empire, because gold became money back then, 700 BC, where gold coins were the first. Like, there was a king that for the first time circulated gold coins as money, and we all know that dirty fiat has not been money, even though it's been called so by the state, because money, per definition, look it up in the dictionary, can store value, and fiat currency cannot. So now we are seeing, for the first time in almost 3,000 years, a new money coming in and taking over. And we're all being part of that journey, and we get to watch it, we get to invest in it, and it's so good that you're thinking like, all right, this gotta be a simulation. Elon Musk must be right. It's too good to be true. Pubby, final words from you, brother.
You know, this, I wouldn't say the scary part. The interesting part is I don't understand what is currency, what is money, what is store of value, what is a unit of account, what is a medium of exchange. I'm always taken aback that we have these definitions. I can only tell you this about Bitcoin, man. I can tell you Bitcoin is different than everything they will try to sell you. Okay, so you can label it as you want. You can label it. I don't care. Yes, a shitcoin. Yes, it is. I'll tell you this about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only thing in the world that will save your life. Bitcoin is the only thing in the world that will let you take everything you've worked for in life and you can pass it on to your family. Okay? Because the rest of it is bullshit. So we're stuck here in this paradigm. We're stuck in a paradigm where, yeah, let's move forward. We're going to print as much money as we want in the world. We can print it all. We'll print it all. You know what that is? Nothing. It is worthless bullshit. But thank God for Bitcoin. Yeah, I'm going off on a rant here, but it's true. Bitcoin is the only thing that will save lives right now.
I couldn't agree more. You know what? I can't really follow that, because Pubby is spreading like poetic truth here. So it's hard to follow. But what I will say is the final note. And by the way, guys on this stream, dear friends of mine, all of you, hang out in the green room afterwards for 5 minutes after we go offline. Thank you, viewers, for watching. And you know, adding to the show here in the party, really adding to our party in the pub by participating in the chat. We love it. And as a final thing, hard to follow Pubby, but you know, careful storing more value in dirty fiat than you can afford to lose, because it's a built-in policy that they dilute the value of your savings when you put it in dirty fiat. So on that note, everyone, thank you also, dear guest, for being here. Chairforce, we miss him. Thanks for your contribution, everyone. See you on the next one. Oh, by the way, so let me shill this in the end. Pubby and I are going again tomorrow, 11 a.m. PST. We may have a guest there. We are going again on Tuesday, 11 a.m. PST. And on Tuesday, we're going with Jimmy's song. And then I recommend everyone go back on my YouTube channel here. You can get to it by typing in toxichappyhour.com. And you'll see the amazing work from Chairforce that creates our thumbnails. And today's thumbnail is just out of this world. Everyone, thank you, and see you on the next one. Bye.